How do you move from average to fortune? Have you ever stopped to ask yourself this question? It's something you might think about, whether consciously or not. Most people want to believe that their circumstances are determined by luck or external forces. But is that really true? If you disagree, let's explore the reality together. Here's the stance. The journey from average to fortune is shaped by choices, attitude, and action, and the power of change is key. Here's why. Now, attitudes. They're not that easy to fix. It's not that easy to get information. You can't look up attitude in the yellow pages. If you could put your car in the shop and go next door to get your attitude tuned, wouldn't that be nice? But where do you go? How do you engage in the kind of philosophical thinking that will refine your attitude and give you a chance for future fortune rather than what will be missing in the future? This is a big attitude. Here's another attitude. No matter what they pay, you always come early. You always stay late to invest in your own future. That's another attitude about the same job. Now, why would you have one attitude and someone else have a completely different one? That's the mystery of the mind. Everybody has to choose for themselves. You have to decide through education. If the consequences are unknown, it could be very easy to choose the wrong attitude and not discipline yourself to the right one. A big portion of life is affected by how you feel. Here's a quick list about the feelings that affect lives. First, it's how you feel about the past. It's easy to carry the past as a burden instead of as a school. It's easy to let the past overwhelm you instead of instructing you. How you feel about the past, the hurts, the losses, the difficulties, the failures, greatly affects your future and your life. Another major thing that affects life is how you feel about the future. Life is affected by two major things, price and promise. It's not easy to pay the price if you can't see the promise. Kids today often have trouble paying the price because they can't see the promise. But you wouldn't mind paying the price if you had a clear view of tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. If you had high assurance with great probability of how it's going to work out, you wouldn't hesitate to pay. But everyone hesitates to pay when the future isn't clear. To help the kids these days, two things need to be done. Help them see the promise and help them pay the price. You will pay if you can see. A karate instructor once said, "You cannot believe the incredible feeling of walking down any city street unafraid." Your response might be, "Let's get on with the classes." Sweat, effort, and paces would be endured. What would you do for an extraordinary promise? The most unbelievable things. Would you crack the books? Would you burn the midnight oil? Would you engage in the extra thoughts and disciplines if the promise was adequate? Of course. But who wants to read, burn the midnight oil, or put themselves through the paces if the promise isn't clear? Price and promise. Here's another critical point. How you feel about others. Your attitude about society, your country, your state, your city, your community, your family, your enterprise, your company, your division. All of it matters. It's essential to have a unique understanding and appreciation of other human beings and what makes a good life. You can't succeed by yourself. A refined sense of appreciation for others is a prerequisite for success. It takes everyone to build a society, a country, a community. You can't succeed alone. A speech given to the Rotary Club of Culver City, California, illustrated this well. The Pledge of Allegiance was unusually affecting that day. It starts with I and ends with all. It takes everyone to make any one person successful. That appreciation for all of us is what makes the I of us soar. You need each other's ideas and inspiration. Once you have that sense of appreciation for all of us, your place, possibilities, and opportunities start to soar. You can't escape the accumulated effect of the selection of your attitude. So one of the major things to check is, how do you feel? Are you on track or off track with your attitude? How do you engage in the kind of philosophical thinking that will refine your attitude to give you a chance for future fortune rather than what will be missing in the future? It's not what happens that determines the major part of your future. It's what you do about what happens. If you start the process of change, if you do something different in the next 90 days than you did in the last 90 days, like picking up books to read, adopting new health disciplines, or improving your relationships, it doesn't matter how small the change is. If you start doing different things with the same circumstances, you can change your life. Since circumstances can't change, you can change yourself. A mentor once said, "What you have at the moment, you've attracted by the person you've become." If you change, everything changes for you. You don't have to change what's outside. All you have to change is what's inside. To have more, you simply have to become more. Don't wish it was easier, wish to be better. Don't wish for fewer problems, wish for more skills. Start working on yourself, making personal changes, and everything will change. Negative attitudes are like weeds that grow in a garden. It's a normal part of life, but you must handle them. If not, the weeds will overtake the garden. There is a great war between good and evil, between light and darkness, between weeds and human activity. Good must be active. Weeds are no match for human activity, but if you stand still, they'll grow right up around your shoes. Why pay the price? Why work this hard? Why try to learn so much or become so much? Why try to earn and share so much? Why develop every skill possible? Why try to become everything you can possibly become? That's a question only you can answer. You must have your own list of whys. One of the biggest keys to success is coming up with a strong enough why. If the why is powerful, the how is easy. Why not see how far you can go? Why not see how much you can learn, earn, or influence? Why not see what kind of person you can become? If it's happened for others, why not you? You have the brains. You can make decisions. You can study the plan, change your life, and grow immensely in the next few years. You can make your dreams come true. Support is ready to make your dreams come true. And now, why not now? There has never been a better time. This is the moment to take the dream, give it life, and breathe into it your personal spirit until it becomes a flame that burns brightly around the whole world. Let's do it now. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up to let me know. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Watch the next video here.